Hello, dear friends, how are you? There are people in the world today, like every age, those who get nervous, upset, unhappy, and troubled, even over the smaller things, even over the smaller things. And there are also the people who don't get disturbed at all, not about the smaller things, rather they feel even more excited that okay, this is a challenge and I'm going to face it, I'm going to bear it, I'm going to come out victorious out of all that. So these people are the people of the strong nerves, and these people are the people who are more resilient. I think to be able to live a better life, all what is needed is that we need to become more flexible, we need to become more resilient, we need to become more capable, and all of that can be done and achieved out of our today's talk. Our today's talk comprises seven major points, and these 7 points are actually telling us how to live better despite all the challenges and the difficulties and the troubles. What are those 7 things? The first thing is that is prioritizing what's important in my life. Prioritizing. Prioritize, and prioritize. What is more important in my life? That is really, really important. Everything else cannot be given an equal importance at all. Everything else cannot be given the equal importance at all. Everything else cannot be taken so seriously. So for that reason, the thing is which is very, very important, it is setting priorities. We need to know whether what is the ranking, what is the importance of this thing in my life. So if at all it is not so important, why to get disturbed about it at all? So that is the number one thing out of the seven, that is set priorities, or that is about prioritizing what's important. And then obviously once we know the importance in about the thing, then we can concentrate upon what we need to concentrate upon, what is so important in my life. Now the second thing which is so important, it is letting go of what you can't control. Everything else does not lie in my control, does not lie in your control at all. So what is needed is, instead of frowning and fretting about the things which are out of my control, why not to focus and to concentrate upon the things which are inside my control. Focusing and concentrating upon the things which does lie in my control, in your control, I think it will get the things done. And stop worrying what does not lie in my control, in your control. Leave it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and let's focus and concentrate upon what does lie in my control. So that is the second point out of the seven. The third is prioritizing self-care. Prioritizing self-care, and it is take care of your physical, of your emotional, of your mental well-being. Taking care of your physical, your emotional, and your mental well-being, we cannot outsource it at all. And we need to understand how important the self-care is, because we cannot pour from the empty cup at all. If at all we are not well, how can we perform better, how can we deliver, and how can we become a victorious person? So it is an extremely important thing that we need to practice the self care. Now the fourth thing which is very, very important, and that is developing a growth mindset. Developing a growth mindset. What is this growth mindset? Everybody says that I do have the growth mindset. I like and I love the growth. Everybody like and love the growth, but maybe we don't know it, how to develop the growth mindset, and what is actually the growth mindset. We do have the troubles, the problems, the challenges, and so many undesirable things in my life, in your life. So, what the growth mind says, it says that instead of getting troubled and disturbed, it is far better to learn out of all that, whatever is available, whatever atmosphere you are in, learn as much as we can, and taking the troubles and the problems and the opportunities to learn, opportunities to grow. So that is how we can become a growth minded person. Now, the fifth thing which is so important, it is the setting of boundaries. Set boundaries. Why it is so important? Learn to say no. Learning to say no and learning to refuse. Set limits with other people. Setting limits with other people to protect your time, to protect your energy. So every invitation, every request cannot be cannot be accepted. Every request and every invitation cannot be accepted. So for that reason, we need to learn how to say no. We need to learn how to refuse. So that is the point number five out of the seven. The sixth and the second last is, it is focusing in the present. Focusing on the present. And what is this focusing on the present? Overwhelming majority of the people, they are seen, repenting, regretting, mourning, groaning, crying, weeping over what? Over the past mistake. I lost my life. I shouldn't have made that thing. I shouldn't have made this mistake. I shouldn't have done it. I should have done it. So that is all about the past. So we need to come out of all that, and that is the number one thing. Not to keep regretting or repenting about your past mistake, and not to learning whatever we can. Learn as much as we can from the past mistake, and that is enough. Our mistakes, our failure, our setbacks, these are the opportunities to learn, to grow, and to become the more resilient person. So my dear friends and fellows, and not to worry about the future either. Not to worry about the future either, because plan whatever you can, prepare whatever you can, then leave it and come back to your present. Come back to your present. And the present, focus on what you can perform now, how to enjoy now, how to become more happy now, how to become more effective now, how to deliver, how to perform better now. So that is the point number six out of the seven, and it says focusing on the present. Now the seventh and the last point is, that says cultivating gratitude. Cultivating gratitude, it is so much important, so much important. The people say, how can I practice the gratitude? How can I cultivate the gratitude when there are so many problems, when there are so many troubles in my life? How can I do that? It is not that you have so many troubles. The troubles are there in your life like other people, and maybe there will be some more than that. But the trouble is that where we focus upon matters more. It's not what is the situation, rather it is what our focus is. So my opinion is, and I'm quite a humble student. I'm quite a humble, quite an ordinary student, and my opinion is that it our focus matters. We need to shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. We need to shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. We need to shift our focus from what is bad in my life to what is good in my life. Once the focus has been shifted, I think automatically, on the one hand, we will become happy. On the other hand, we will practice the gratitude. Even if at all somebody very rich and famous does not have the attitude of gratitude, neither they can become happy, nor they can lead a good life at all. And contrary to that, conversely, on the flip side, if at all somebody not so wealthy, not so famous, but they people are focused upon what is good in your life and they are practicing gratitude, let me assure you that they will be leading a good life and they will be leading a happy and productive life as well. Thank you.